Greatest success, make sure you act accordingly.
There's several ones. No, scratch that. Oh, wait a minute, is it?
No, those are just XLR things.
No, scratch. I was thinking those were sockets.
Can you guys turn the podium on, please?
Oh, it's one right here. You're right. My bad. There's one right over this way.
I got to turn it off. I can't communicate with my driver.
No problem.
The mic.
Appreciate it.
Could you all turn the podium
Let me
on?
leave that phone. It's off me $500.
You know how to turn on podium mic?
Try it now.
I'm in the what?
Where's the podium?
Just a little bit more. Hello?
Hello?
Okay.
10 right now.
Okay. Ready for the PowerPoint? Okay. As soon as they cue up the PowerPoint on the screen here, we'll start. In the meantime, I want you to take out your pens and paper because I'm going to have you writing some things down. Okay, there we go. I was going to say good morning, but you've heard that about 20 times, so I'm just going to skip that greeting. Okay, let me ask you a question. How many of you, or how many successful people are in this room today? Raise your hand if you are a successful person. Okay, you can put this down now. Now, what I want you to do first is write down 3 things that you've done in your entire lifetime that you are very proud of. 3 things. And while you're writing that, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about this session. As you can see, the title of the session is Getting from Here to There, the Formula for Success. What I'm going to be talking to you today about is how you can get from where you are to where you want to be in life. I'm going to give you some basic steps, and these steps are actually actions that you have to do in order to be successful. And these things will work in any area of your life, whether you're trying to attain a certain GPA while you're in high school or in junior high for that matter, if some of you are in the talent service program, or if it's landing that job and getting your career off to a good start. These basic principles are going to work for you. Okay. Does everybody have those 3 things down, or you need a little bit more time? Got it? Okay. Now, this is where you get to take part in this activity. I'm going to first ask for 3 volunteers. All right, I like that. 1, 2, 3. Got it right here. females up here, so you'll be number 4. Okay, I want you to first, number 1, stand up, tell us your name and your program, and give me one thing off your list that you're most proud of. Stand up. Now, you're number 1 with black on. Come on now. We only have 30 minutes, so make it quick. One thing off your list.
My name is Monique. I'm in the upper ground program at Malcolm X, and I'm proud that I am accepted to the Dillon University.
All right. I'm not done with you yet. Stand up. You're proud that you got accepted into Dillon. Why are you proud of that?
Because that's a good group, and I got a group.
Okay. What is your major going to be? Very good. Thank you. Number 2, orange. Come on. Jump up. Yes.
Hi, my name is Erica. I'm with Upper Ground Malcolm X. I'm proud that I'm going to college.
Okay, you're proud that you're going to college. Why are you proud that you are going to college?
I'll be one of my mom's first kids to go.
All right. Very good. Number 3 over here. You raise your hand. Did you hear her?
No.
I know you louder than that. Come on, Brianna. Okay. She's proud that she's the first one to go to college in your family, and you can set an example for your little brother. That's what you said. Okay. Thank you. In the back, number 4, gentlemen. Proud you got accepted to what? Northern? Why? Okay, very good. Thank you all. Give them a hand. Give them a hand. Yes. Oh. All right, Uncle Sam, I'm going to say thank you very much. Now, you all just helped me demonstrate the first item in the formula for success. You have to believe in yourself. Now, I know some of you did not raise your hand, so I'm certainly hoping that it was because you were shy and not because you don't believe that you can be successful. In order to be successful, the first thing you have to do is believe that you can be successful. If you don't believe that you're successful, guess what? You will not be. So success starts in the mind. You have to think it, you have to see it, and you have to believe it. Now, does anybody in here know who David Banner is? Yeah. Okay. Let me tell you something about David Banner, and he happens to be a good friend of mine. So why what? Somebody have a question? I can hear everything that you say. But anyway, let me tell you about David Banner. Now, when he was first starting and trying to become a rapper, his father told him that there wasn't any money in rapping, he needed to go get a job. But guess what? David Banner believed that he could do it. He had people to help him distribute flyers and do performances here and there until he finally became successful. And his father's not telling him that he can't be a rapper any longer because his father's enjoying that nice big house that David Banner has in Mississippi. So my point is, you have to believe in yourself in order to be successful. And you're going to have people who are going to tell you that you're not going to be able to do things. Somebody may have already told you, you can't get into Dillon, you can't get into Harvard. Are you going to listen to that?
No.
No, you're not. Because you're going to be focused on what it is that you know you have the ability to do. So that's the first step. Believe. Now, we got you believing in yourself a little bit. You need to find your direction. A lot of people want to be successful. Some of you are probably saying, I'm going to be a success. But they don't necessarily know what it is they're going to be successful at. So you have to have some kind of direction for your success. Where do you want to go in life? What do you want to be in life? That's direction. It's just like taking a trip. I know that I'm going to Toledo, Ohio. I know Toledo is in Ohio, but I don't know how to get there, okay? So that's sort of what direction is going to be. Direction is going to go hand in hand with the next step. Plan. You have to have a plan to get you where you want to go. Say Toledo, Ohio is my vision of success, or when I get to Toledo, that means success for me. I know where it is, but I need a map or a GPS or something to show me the right roads to take in order to get there. It's the same thing with success. You have to plan for that. Now let me ask you a question. How many of you have planned what you're going to do in the next year, the next 2 years? Anybody? Okay, a few hands up in the room. Now the rest of you who haven't, today, when you leave here, you need to start writing out a plan. If you are in high school, what do you want to do for the next 4 years of high school? For those of you who are probably just freshmen, or if you're sophomores, what are you going to do for the next 3 years? What's your GPA going to look like? If you're planning to attend college, you need to have a good GPA. So if you've been slacking, you need to start doing some work. And I'm pretty sure those of you who are in Upward Bound and Talent Search, they probably make you do some work in order to keep those grades up. So you need to have some kind of plan. It's now time for you to be thinking about colleges that you're going to attend. If you're in the 9th grade, if you're an 8th grader, I don't know if I have any 8th graders in here, but if you are, you really need to be thinking about college right now. What are some things that you like to do? And maybe those might be potential majors for you in college. Now, in order to have a plan and to develop a plan, this is where you get to write some things down. I'm going to tell you some things that you should include in your plan to help you. First thing, what goals have you set for yourself? Goals. You need to have some goals and put those in your plan. What are the goals that you have for yourself? These are goals that are going to get you to your success, whatever form that success may take. So you need to have some goals. If you don't have some, you need to start setting some. You can work with your counselors in your Upward Bound and your Talent Search and your SSS program and McNair, and they will help you to sort of narrow down those goals and help you to determine how you should best approach them. Okay, from goals. Then you need to get detailed information about where you're headed. In other words, what do you want to be successful doing? So you need to learn as much as you can about whatever it is you want to do or whatever it is you want to be. You have to almost be a little mini expert. So learn everything that you can about what it is that you want to do or be. Learn the good things as well as the bad, because there will be ups and downs. There are pros and cons to anything in life that you want to do. So I think you'd be better prepared to know all sides of that. So detailed information on what it is that you want to do or be successful at. Okay, now, I think I've already done that, detailed information and learning everything that you're going to know or do. Okay, so you have to have a plan. Those are just a few things that will go in your plan. And as you start researching and learning more about what it is that you want to do, you're going to discover a whole lot of other things. You're going to find people that you can talk to, and I would recommend that you find people who are in the field that you want to be in, and maybe talk to them, maybe call them, send them an email. Those people might become mentors for you in the future, and they can basically show you the ropes and tell you some things to avoid because they've already been through those things, and it will help you have a smoother road to where you want to go. So everybody have that now? Okay, let's move on. Now you believe in yourself, you found your direction, You got your plan going. Next step. You have to be able to persevere. Now, does anybody know what that means? Who knows what it means? Yeah, but how do you achieve? Anybody else? Yes. Strive for your goals. Those are very good. Anybody else? Speak up. I can't hear you up here. Pay yourself? Prepare yourself. A little bit. Let me tell you what persevere means. Persevering means that you don't stop until you get it. Don't stop until you get it. So whether it's good, bad, up or down, you're going to find some bumps in the road. You have to stick with it. You don't quit. That's what persevering means. So you have to persevere. For example, for those of you who are looking at attending college, you know you have to take an ACT or an SAT. Just depends on what it is you're doing, what school you want to go to, and what the requirements are. Say you needed to have 21 on your ACT in order to get into a particular school and into a particular major. You take the ACT, your scores come back to 19. What are you going to do? Take it over. Exactly. But not just take it over, what are you going to do in addition to just taking it over? There's something else that goes with it. Yes, sir. Exactly. You have to study a little more. Maybe you need to take an ACT prep course, and I know some upward bound programs actually offer things like that to prepare you for the ACT. So you have to do some things to tweak it up a little bit so that you can achieve that score. There are some people who have to take the ACT 3 times, but guess what? They want to succeed. They want to get into that specific program, into that specific major, and they do it until they get in it. That's called persevering. I saw a hand. Yes, ma'am. What's that? Oh, good. And you made it. Very good. So you're an example. You know what this is because you've lived it. Very good. Now, what does this mean? What do you think that means? Balance. Thank you. Thank you. You bounce back. Remember when I said there are ups and downs, and learn everything that you need to know about whatever it is you want to be successful at? These are those down times. These are when things go wrong. You don't just stop. A lot of people stop. And the one thing about being successful, successful people do not stop. They bounce back. They keep going. They don't look at things as though I failed at that, and I'm not going to try anymore. Successful people don't consider failure as an option, and they don't consider fear as an option either, because there's so many people who have let fear stop them from trying to be successful or going after success. So they just choose to do nothing. I personally believe that people are not afraid of failure, but people are afraid of success. I think that people are afraid of, okay, I made it. What do I do next? Oh yeah, I'm now the manager of a multi-million-dollar account. What do I do next? I think a lot of people are afraid of what's going to happen when they succeed. So anybody, if you've ever talked to anybody who's very successful, they don't consider failure as an option. What successful people like to do with failure, they just analyze it to see what things went wrong so that they don't do those same things again. They'll pick some things out that worked, and the things that didn't work, they'll put them aside, and they'll keep going. So it's sort of like a discovery. Also, as I said, successful people are not fearful, because if you're afraid, that stops everything. So they know how to bounce back, and that's the same thing with you all. You're going to come up against a lot of obstacles when you're pursuing whatever it is that you want to do or be. But you have to bounce back. You have to keep moving forward. Otherwise, success is not going to come to you. the other thing, now, do I have any SSS people in the room? Any McNairs? Okay, well, I can't use this part of the speech because that wouldn't even work for you. But the next thing in our formula for success, relate. What do you think that means? What does relate mean in the context of success? Right down here. Good. Use your resources today. I saw a hand in the back. Okay. Good. Use your resources. And guess what? You have to relate to people. You have to be able to get along with people. Because it's going to be very difficult to achieve success if you don't. Because a lot of times, when I said earlier about having a mentor, you're going to need people as resources. They'll have information to get you to where you need to go. Now, as you all are in TRIO programs, what are some of the resources that you have to help you become successful people? Tutoring, okay. What else? Was the people who made it already? Exactly. They come back and talk to you and tell you how things are for them. Yes, ma'am. Teachers, yes. What other resources? Yes, sir. Motivators, very good. As a matter of fact, this is one big resource today, TRIO Day, because you've listened to the president of Kennedy King College, who was here talking to you, the president of our state TRIO association, Iliad, Ms. Curtin. There are, unfortunately, you're only going to be in this one workshop, but you've seen some resources today. You all should be resources for each other. You might be in different programs, but when you're eating or dining together, maybe you want to talk to somebody who shares your interests. That person might not be from your school. That person might not even be from your type of program. But you may have the same interests. You might want to exchange email addresses. That person may have some resources that you can use. You may have some resources that that person can use. So it's all about a relationship. All about a relationship. So you can be resources for each other. And don't leave out your counselors and your directors of your upward bound programs, your talent search programs, and so forth and so on. So you have to be able to relate to people. Because you're going to need people's help in order to get to where you want to go. So if you're trying to be an island and you don't get along with people, you might need to think about changing that a little bit so that you can start reaching out to people. Another thing, I don't know if you have a lot of opportunities to go to certain events, but check the internet. See what kind of events are going on in Chicago, for example. Perhaps there's some things going on. If you're majoring in, tell me some majors. Give me some good majors.